Hi guys, so it is Friday the 5th of October and I have decided that I'm taking part in the Bookshelfathon, say that quickly, this weekend. So this is a little weekend readathon that Harriet Rosie is running through Bookshelf magazine. Just encouraging you to try and read a bit more over the course of the weekend, and I thought I would vlog, so I'm going to do a weekend vlog again like I did a couple of weeks ago. When I put that up, people really seemed to enjoy it. I have actually quite a busy weekend this weekend, so I thought I would show you bits and bobs on what I'm doing as well. But yeah, it's Friday evening, so the readathon starts today and then obviously continues on over the weekend. There are 3 challenges. Challenge number 1 is to take a shelfie and put it up on social media, which I'll do in a bit. Challenge number 2 is to finish a book, and challenge number 3 is to start a book. So I'm currently in the middle of, I'm close to finishing an audiobook, which is The History of Britain in 21 Women by Jenny Murray. I've got about just over an hour of that left, so I plan on finishing that off this weekend. It's really good. It's basically a non-fiction book where Jenny Murray talks, all the different chapters are about different women throughout British history who have changed the course of British history basically. So the first chapter is about Boadicea. You've got a chapter on Millicent Fawcett. Who else was in there? Queen Elizabeth I. Lots of different people, and it's going forward in time. So I've got I think 3 or 4 chapters left, and obviously we'll work up to modern day. I'm really enjoying that. I would definitely recommend it. So I want to finish that this weekend. I'm saying not in the middle of. I've started The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls, which is another non-fiction book, a memoir. I've only read the first about 25 pages of this, and I've been reading it for like 2 weeks, so I would really like to read a little bit more of this weekend and get kind of a chunk of the way through it to kind of feel like I'm invested. I did like the first 25 pages of it, but I'm not invested in it yet, so I definitely want to get a chunk of the way through that. And then I've got a couple of books that I want to start. The first is my next library book, and it is Everything Under by Daisy Johnson, and this was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize this year. I don't really know anything much about it other than it's about a mother and a daughter, and it's got a bit of a unique style to it, that sort of thing. I heard Kerry Ann from Women vs Books talking about it and said that she didn't really like it that much, but it's not particularly long, so I thought I would start that one this weekend. And then also I also want to start the Lido by Libby Page. This is a new release that I've had for a couple of months now that I've been meaning to get around to. And it's supposed to be somewhat in the vein of Eleanor Oliphant. I think it's going to be compared to that, so yeah, I'm looking forward to starting that as well. So I'll keep you updated over the weekend as to my progress and what I'm doing and things like that. I have something really exciting happening on Sunday. We're going to see parts 1 and 2 of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I've had tickets booked for about a year and a half, something like that. It's finally come around, so I'm really excited about that. So I'll definitely show you, yeah, take you with me up to London and that sort of thing. Yeah, and I'm really excited about that. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will speak to you later. Hi guys, so it is about 2 o'clock on Saturday. I've been out this morning. I went and got my eyes tested, which I haven't done in about 6 years, so they were well overdue. Yeah, and she actually told me that my eyes had got a bit better, so the prescription that I had in the glasses that I have was a bit too strong for me. And I had said to her that I wasn't really wearing them because I found that when I wore them, I just wasn't getting on with them basically. It made things a little bit more difficult to, not more difficult to see, but I kind of wasn't adjusting to wearing them properly. So there's obviously a reason for that. So that was kind of nice to hear. So yeah, I went to get that done, and then it's been raining today, so we didn't really walk around Colchester much because yeah, it was cold and wet basically. But I did get a Starbucks. So I've been really into the autumn range, and I got a maple latte today, which I'm absolutely obsessed with at the moment. I usually don't go to Starbucks or Costa that much, but yeah, I've been kind of obsessed lately. A maple latte and the pumpkin spice latte are my absolute favourites at the moment. The maple one, my ultimate favourite. So yeah, I got one of those. I've had some lunch. And I've just been watching YouTube videos, and I finished a crochet square. So this is the square. It's got popcorn stitch in the middle, which looks really, really pretty. And I've got 4 more squares to do, and then I'll have done all of the squares for section 8, which is the last section of my crochet blanket. And so then I'll have to edge all of those, put it together, and then I can put the whole blanket together. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. I was thinking I might get the 4 squares done over the next few days, and then I can start edging them. Yeah, I'm just really excited to put it all together and get it finished basically. So yeah, I've been doing that, and I have done bugger all reading since I spoke to you yesterday. I was going to read after I spoke to you, but then what was I doing? I think I was crocheting, watching videos. I spoke to my sister-in-law on the phone, and I read a page and a half before I fell asleep yesterday. So yeah, I don't even think you can count the page and a half really. So I do want to do some reading this afternoon. I've got a video to film. I'm going to film one video. So I'm going to do that a little bit later on, and I also have to edit it today because we're out basically the entire day tomorrow. So if I don't edit that today, it won't get done, so I can put it up on Monday. So yeah, film and edit this afternoon, read, and then I'm going out for dinner this evening for my friend's birthday, which is really, really lovely. So I'll be leaving here at about maybe about 7:15, something like that, so I can go to dinner, leave Stefan on his own again. He's had a bit of a week of not seeing me much, so yeah, because Wednesday I went to my WI meeting. I've recently joined the WI, which I am loving at the moment. Yeah, I've been meaning to join for ages, and I think it was Lauren from Lauren in the Books tweeted and said that, oh, I'm going to my first WI meeting tonight. This was a couple of months ago now, and it kind of sparked that memory that I wanted to join. So I did a bit of investigating, and there's one just around the corner from me that meets on the first Wednesday of every month. And it's a really lovely WI. There are a lot of older ladies that go there, and I think they probably thought that I was a little bit put off by that, but not in the slightest. And there's sort of, I think there's about 12, 15, something like that. So it's not like, it's quite a small WI, but it's just, yeah, I go there and I just talk about things with people that are just interested in the same things as you are, and even though a lot of them are a lot older than me, we're like-minded. So yeah, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I went to my second, so that was the second eating that I'd been to. So that was Wednesday, and then Thursday I started a sewing course. So I've been meaning to do a beginner's sewing course for ages, and I decided over the summer I'd finally going to book something. So I'm doing a beginner's sewing class. on a Thursday evening for 10 weeks. And they basically teach you how to hand sew and how to use a sewing machine, and the outcome of the course that you'll have made some sort of piece of clothing from a pattern. So yeah, I went to my first one of that on this Thursday as well. So there have been a couple of evenings this week where I haven't got home until 10 o'clock or something, and yeah, so we haven't really seen each other much, and I'm going out again this evening, so, but that's life, what can you do? So yeah, that's my plans for this afternoon, so I will catch up with you guys a bit later.
Hi guys, so I'm outside Harry Potter. We've just watched, well, we watched the first part a couple of hours ago, and then we went and had some dinner, and it was so good. So we have bought a donut from Doughnut Time, and we're going to go and eat that and then queue up for part 2, which starts at 6:30. So I hope you can hear me okay, so it's like really loud here, but yeah, really enjoying it so far, so I'll catch up with you guys later. Is it nice? Yeah? Nice.
Hi guys, so it is Monday the 8th of October. It's obviously well past the end of the weekend, but I wanted to do my check-in for the end of the readathon. So there were 3 goals in this readathon. Goal number 1 was to take a shelfie, which I didn't actually do at the end, I forgot to do that. Goal number 2 was to start a book, and I started The Lido by Libby Page. This is a fairly recent release, and this follows 2 characters, Kate, who is a journalist, and Rosemary, who is an older lady who has been going to the Lido in Brixton ever since she was a little girl. And the Lido, the council are threatening to close the Lido down and replace it with some sort of, well, basically this local housing company want to buy it and then put a fancy gym on it, basically. And Rosemary obviously doesn't want this to happen, so the 2 of them meet. Kate is asked to do a story about the Lido closing down, and she meets Rosemary, and basically after she's written the story she offers to help her, and that's basically where I've got up to. It's really good so far. It's really easy to read, and it's full of quite colourful characters, so I love the characterisation in this. The opening couple of pages describes Brixton, walking through Brixton, and I thought there were some really vivid descriptions of that particular area of London and what it's like, which I really appreciated. You're sort of at the moment getting a chapter from the point of view of Kate, a chapter from the point of view of Rosemary. We're delving into both women's past and kind of how they've ended up here. But what we're also getting as well is a few, we get a few chapters, and then there's the odd chapter from somebody who uses the Lido who's not Kate or Rosemary. And sort of, so you get a very brief snapshot of their life, and I'm really appreciating those moments as well. I just think it's almost like a representation of like life in a city in Britain today. Like that's kind of how I'm viewing it at the moment. Yeah, but it's got a lot more to it than that as well. So I'm really enjoying this so far. Like I said, I don't know whether I said it, I'm about 100 pages in. Yeah, so I've read 123 pages of it. Really loving it so far, and can't wait to continue on. And then the third challenge was to finish a book, and yesterday on the way home from seeing Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, in the car we finished listening to the audiobook of The History of Britain in 21 Women by Jenny Murray. This is an audiobook that I'd been listening to for about a week. It's one that I downloaded from my library, and it's exactly what it says on the tin. Each chapter focuses on a different woman in British history who has changed the course of the country's history in some sort of way. So we started off with Boadicea and Queen Elizabeth I, and then so it went from like ancient times and then up until modern day. So we got some more sort of modern women. There were only 2 women at the end of the book who are actually still alive today. And I was having a conversation with my husband about, you know, what we thought of that sort of idea. And I was sort of saying, perhaps it isn't until you're in the latter part of your life when you can really say, or other people can really say, that you've made a massive difference in society in some sort of way. But I don't really know. Some people don't do it like that at all. I really did enjoy this. Each chapter is about 15 or 20 minutes long, so if you were reading it, I would say, I don't know, what's that in terms of length? I don't really know, but the chapters aren't particularly long at all. So you get to see, but it's enough for you to be interested in that particular woman and to get enough of what she did and her life in order to know something more about her. And Jenny Murray herself narrated the audiobook. I personally really liked the way that she read it. She's got a very academic sounding voice, and I found it really calming and really interesting to listen to. My husband didn't like it that much. But yeah, I did. So I would recommend the audiobook, definitely. And I would definitely recommend the book as well. I was kind of umming and ahhing about a rating, and I may go back and review it. I haven't really decided what would be an appropriate rating yet, but I would definitely recommend it. I think it is such a great introduction to some really important women in Britain over the course of hundreds of years, I suppose. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. So I managed to tick off that particular challenge as well, so I'm really pleased with that. Obviously you saw a couple of clips of me, of us in London watching. We went to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and I really loved it. I thought it was absolutely amazing. There was such great special effects, and it was just so lovely diving back into that world again. So I have refrained from reading the play script, because every time I've heard somebody talk about the play script, it's usually been in a negative sort of sense. But I very much think that a play script is supposed to be a piece of theatre, and so therefore it's kind of hard to judge it as just as a book, as you would a book. So I might go and read it now that I've seen the play, but part of me doesn't want to, just because I think if I do that I might lose the magic of the actual stage show. So I know they've just recently brought it out on Broadway, so if you live in the UK close to London, or you know you get the opportunity to go to Broadway and see it, I would absolutely recommend it. It was so good, very good. Yeah, and I'm just reaching, sorry. I bought a couple of things while I was there. There's a programme. And I was kind of umming and ahhing about what I was going to get. I just bought a couple of things in the end. I'm just reaching into this bag. These are like such typical things to get. Do you ever remember going on school trips and coming home and you'd bought like a pen and a pencil and a ruler with the pocket money that your mum had given you? I have such vivid memories of doing that. But yeah, it makes me laugh because that's exactly what I've done. I bought the Hufflepuff pen, a Hufflepuff pencil. Yeah, just because, you know, why not, basically. I did buy a bookmark of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, of which I've just dropped on the floor, so I'm not going to reach down and get that. But yeah, I was umming and ahhing about whether to get a Hufflepuff striped like bobble hat, but then I was kind of thinking, I don't know how much I'll use it. So my scarf that I've got, I use all the time. I don't tend to wear hats as often as I wear scarves, so I was thinking, oh, maybe would be a bit of a waste of money basically. I don't know, I might get one in the future, you never know. So yeah, we also popped into Forbidden Planet while we were up there because I spotted in the window that they had signed copies of the illustrated Tales of Beadle the Bard. It's illustrated by Chris Riddell. And I went into store because sometimes, oh, I've had this conversation on my channel before, sometimes you get them signed on a book plate and then stuck into the book, and I'm not necessarily interested in that kind of signing. But no, he'd signed the actual page itself, so I snapped that up, and I will show you my copy of that in my October book haul when that comes out on my channel. But yeah, that was a great find. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to talk to you about. I hope you enjoyed this weekend reading vlog again. I've done a couple very recently on my channel, and I've had some good feedback off of the first one, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one as well. And yeah, I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below. You know, chat to me about anything that you thought of, I don't know, over the course of this video, or about anything that I've read or anything like that. Make sure that you're subscribed to the Bookshelf magazine email address, and that you're keeping up to date with all of the articles, because obviously this readathon was inspired by that magazine. So yeah, make sure that you're keeping up to date with that, and that's it. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.